lot. What's been up with you?
Nothing exciting. I've been gardening a lot.
Yes.
I have been gardening my face off.
Yes, I have been in the garden a lot as well. The garden bug has definitely bit.
It's my favorite garden season. I'm so happy.
Yes.
I mean, I'm like giddy happy.
Yeah, I love it. It's coming along very nicely. And the other day I made a grave mistake.
Uh-oh.
I watched a David the Good video and got all inspired and ran out of the house with
With a credit card.
with a credit card and as much cash as I could scrounge up. And I went and bought some plants for my grocery row garden.
That's not a grave mistake.
No, it wasn't.
I don't feel like it is.
I just kept reminding myself it's generational.
It is. I'm building a legacy.
That's right. It wasn't that bad. I wasn't that bad.
Hey,
I had coupons and got good deals.
There you go. Well, we're living in an age where a lot of the YouTube videos coming across, like in the homesteader world, are about like prepping and don't be a food hoarder and that kind of thing.
Yes.
And I mean, it just comes up. They seem to go hand in hand.
Yeah.
And so you're not being a food hoarder.
No.
You're growing food.
I'm growing food. That's right. So
it could
that
be worse.
is totally justifiable.
Yeah, I'm loving my garden time so much. Like I spent 6 hours one day over the weekend in my garden, and it just was glorious.
Yes.
It was the temperatures have been perfect in the mid 80s. It's warm and like sweaty and all of that, but it's not muggy.
Yeah.
And I've just loved it.
Yeah.
I've loved every minute of it. So.
Yep. I've been out there in the morning and breaking for the afternoon, and I've been back out there in the evenings a lot, and it's been so nice.
Yeah. If you guys are local, we're kind of in a bit of a drought. So make sure that you're watering plenty, especially if you're direct sowing seeds. Those seeds, once they dry out, they're done.
Yep.
So they won't sprout, or if they start to sprout and they dry out, they'll just die.
Yeah.
So.
I mean, really, I try to aim for twice a day. I don't know about you, but
yeah, things like my carrot seeds. The seed things, I go out there and make sure they stay damp.
Yeah.
Yeah. Morning and evening, I check them.
Yeah.
So. I was out this morning. I have my first radishes are coming up, and my sweet peas are up, and my garlic is coming up, and I'm just so happy with it. I just love it.
I know. It's always so nice to see all the new stuff coming up in the garden. It's so hopeful and promising, and especially coming out of like that atrocious summer heat that we had.
Yeah.
And I just had a bad gardening season this spring and summer.
Everybody I know who gardens says the same thing.
Man, it was rough.
It was rough.
I'm really happy that I got my garden amended because I see a big difference in my plants that are in the ground now from my compost that I made.
Yeah.
Oh, I started another pile
Of
yesterday. I did, and it's totally different than the first pile that I started because I'm just kind of using what I have. So this go round, I had a bunch of those the stuff that I used in my garden for the ground cover off that tropical ornamental plant that I had.
Like big ruffly leaves.
Yes, yeah, I had a ton of those. We had a big bonfire for Halloween, so I had a big bucket of wood ash.
Nice.
I had a bunch of those brown paper bags from the protein cubes that I buy. And I got a big wheelbarrow full of oak tree leaves that were already brown.
Okay.
And a big wheelbarrow full of chicken coop dirt.
Nice.
So I got it all layered in, watered all my layers, and closed my freezer bin. I checked the temperature on it this morning, and it's already at 120 degrees.
Wow.
I'm like, no way. That chicken manure is like...
It's awesome.
It'll start a pile.
Yeah.
So...
That's so exciting.
Yeah, I think what I'm going to do is make sure it doesn't dry out and maybe just keep it at that high temperature for like 4 or 5 days and then start flipping it every day.
What I like about the freezer is that it's insulated.
Yeah.
So like it holds its heat
It does.
As opposed to like a lot of people do those like Rubbermaid bins in the backyard, and you can get the biggest bin you could buy, but it's not insulated.
No.
And I guess it does the job. I don't know. I haven't seen anybody be extremely successful with it.
Yeah.
You might get a handful of compost out of a big bulk of material, but that's what I like about the freezer idea.
The freezer idea really works because, not only does it hold the heat really well, it holds the pile together.
Right.
You don't have chickens getting in there and spreading it all over the
Right,
place.
right.
And, if you only fill up half your freezer, when you flip it, you just move everything over to the other side. It just stays nice and neat and
Yeah.
contained and
Nice.
easy to work with. So
Very cool.
hopefully in about 30 days or so, probably less.
Your last one was less.
My last one was less. I think I started pulling on like day 25, taking it out of there. So, hopefully I'll have
Cool.
another load of compost.
And we
So,
just did a walk through Jenny's garden, and it looks great. Everything looks great. Everything looks happy.
yep, everything looks happy. I just need more compost and mulch.
Yeah.
My gosh, I need some mulch. I've got a lot of ground to cover out there. So,
Right.
I mean, the banana trees have been really good for ground cover. I've been using those. And then that tropical plant that I have, the papaya tree leaves are really good for ground cover. But
I'm going to plant some ground cover this year.
I was just thinking about that. Like, what is a good winter ground cover?
So that book that I was just telling you about with the companion planting, it's
Yeah.
called Plant Partners, by the way. I can't remember the author's name. It's a woman and somebody, I want to say, but I'm not 100%. But anyways, they have a whole section on growing ground cover. And for the purpose of amending soil, like they talk about other options and why you would want to do that. But this is for the purpose of building soil, fixing soil. They talk about like you could use rye right before you plant. I can't remember. I was just reading it last night. But so there are certain things that you want to plant before you plant your crops to harvest. So there's all kinds of things to do in the cold, and then there's all kinds of things to do in the heat of summer. And so, we're going to do that. We're going to do some red clover, I think, in winter. We're going to do some winter rye.
Okay.
And a place that I found, I want to try to talk to them and see if maybe they could do a discount code for us. So I don't want to put it out there yet, but I did find a place online that I'm going to order seed from and then talk to them about it, and where they sell in bulk.
Okay.
So we'll see.
Yeah.
I don't know. We'll see.
I had an idea on that too, so we'll talk more about that later.
Yeah.
But
and then
yeah.
in the summer next year, I've already decided, because like this last summer, it nearly killed me being in the garden. And I told Eric, I said, I'm not growing anything next summer. I mean, except for like okra.
Except for the things I can't live without.
I mean, if tomatoes volunteer, I'm not going to say no to that, that kind of thing. But I'm just going to cover crop with legume type things and let them go.
Yep.
And, mow them at the appropriate time, and then just have that window of 2 to 3 months that I don't want to be out there, and let the soil fix itself before I plant again at the end of the season.
Yes.
Getting into now, this is my favorite season. So that's my long-term vision, my next year plan.
Yeah.
But, like I always say, plans schmans.
Yeah. I really like the cover crop idea for summer especially. I did part of mine with, what did I use? Black-eyed pea seeds.
Something like that, yeah.
Black-eyed peas. And really by the time we got to like week 5 or so, I was ready to mow it. And then my mower broke. So I ended up just doing like a chop and drop on it.
Yeah,
but it worked
fine.
great.
Yeah.
It worked great. So.
Which is exactly what the book says to do.
Okay.
So, mow it if you can. Weed whacker, chop and drop, whatever.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, so mowers, that kind of leads us into what we're going to talk about today.
Yeah, well, I was going to say compost would lead us into that.
It would. Yeah, so today we're talking about essentials again. We talked about a little bit last week about essentials in the kitchen. Today we are talking about just homestead essentials, like outside homestead essentials.
Yeah.
And for me, a good push mower is one of my essentials because the garden in Florida gets insane.
Yeah.
And every single year I have to actually take my push mower into my garden.
Do you?
Yes, around the edges where all that dog fennel comes up. That's how I cleared out that big section of my very back row where I'm building the grocery row.
Yeah.
Yes, that was mowed back there. So, a push mower is just essential.
It isn't for me, but similarly, we use a weed whacker.
Yeah.
So yeah, I can't get in there by hand. Once it gets to a certain height of grass and weeds, I won't go in there because I'm terrified of snakes. Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, we have them. I actually let a little garter go this morning that was in my watermelon vines. I almost put my hand on him, which is fine. It's just a garter snake. I was like, okay, be gone.
Right.
But we also have some pretty nasty venomous snakes, and I'm terrified of them. So.
Yeah, I know. I'm the same way. Once it gets to a certain point, I'm like, I'm just going to let it go.
Yeah, honey, I need you to get the weed whacker out. And that's how I do it.
Yeah, so that's definitely an essential for us.
Yeah, I agree.
And then since we're talking about compost or just did, yeah, compost is an essential.
Compost is definitely an essential.
It's essential. And now my mind is starting to shift on that a little bit in the respect of making compost is essential. Yeah, you can go out and buy it and spend money on bag after bag after bag after bag.
Right.
Or you can walk around your yard and find stuff and find a broken freezer and compost it.
You're ahead of me on that, but I'm super inspired and excited to get to work on that myself because we have purchased, by the bag, we've purchased in
truckload,
bulk, by the pallet. Yeah, we've done all of that, and there was a place for that as we were building beds, but now the cost is up.
Yeah,
and I haven't found anything locally that the plants love.
Right.
I mean, I just haven't. I'm still adding in potting soil around my seedlings when I put them in. So, I'm on the train. I'm just like, it's not really moving yet.
Yeah. It doesn't really, I don't really feel like stuff that I've bought in the bag for compost over the last couple of years, it just hasn't been great.
Right.
The plants don't seem to love it.
No. And we're still I don't have a lot of living activity. I have some great mycelium fungal growth happening in mine. I don't see many worms in that yet. In the oldest, the first established beds, I've seen a couple of worms when I dig down, but not much to speak of. So compost, and then on that same thought, this isn't an essential for me now, but it's a future project. I want to do a little worm farm.
Yeah, that would
for
be
my
cool.
garden for that purpose. If I can keep my children out of it because they're not children anymore and they love to fish. They have their own boat now, so I know that they're going to be after my worms.
They would for real.
But if I put them to task of helping me set that up, then hey, you can grab a handful of worms.
Right.
Y'all help out your mama.
Worms. Yeah, I think that's a great idea.
Yeah. So I want to learn that a little better, but the compost is going to be first.
Hey, could you use a freezer for a worm farm?
You can.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're going to have broken freezers all over the place.
And I thought about that too. That's Eric's problem. It's no, it looks janky out here. He's all about throwing stuff away and cleaning it up, unless it's his.
Right.
So I think what I'll do is use some pallet wood to cover them over, Yeah. So it looks like it's supposed to be there and not just a broken freezer in the garden.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
So all thoughts, no action yet.
Right. You need a list.
I do.
Which is another homestead essential.
It is.
A list.
It is.
With all the things that go on, if we don't have a list that we're working off of, you just forget about stuff because there's so much to do, It's nice to have a list. You can just prioritize it.
Yeah. Do you guys set New Year's resolution type goal lists?
No, not really.
We don't either. I mean, I guess I say we don't, but I don't call them resolutions. But I do make a plan of these are the things that I would like to learn or I would like to add to our farm this year, and I kind of put them in order of priority and then doability.
Yeah.
And I know that's not a word, but you know what I mean.
Right. It works.
It works. So some things I might not get to until 5 years down the road, but it's something that I know we want to do. And so we'll start learning about it. Maybe we'll take some steps of action towards that. So that's the long list. And then I have weekly lists and I have daily lists. I'm all about a list.
Yeah.
For me.
It's essential. It really just helps everybody stay on track. Tori works really well off of a list.
Does he?
Yes.
I work really well off a list.
And it's so satisfying
Eric does,
when you
but he
get
doesn't
to
know it.
Oh, okay.
Like, he doesn't want a list, but he'll see my list and start doing it.
Okay.
So,
Isn't it fun when you get to cross stuff off?
yeah, but I'm the person who's like, oh, I did something else. I need to write it on my list so I can cross it off.
I do the same thing.
Look how important I was to you today, family.
That's so funny. I'm
Yeah.
glad I'm not the only one who
Yeah,
does
no,
that.
totally. Because I've been so busy, and I look at my list, I'm like, nothing's
Right,
crossed
that's
off.
right.
What have I done?
I didn't cross anything off the list, but I can add something.
Yeah, yeah.
That's funny.
A good working list, and that just works for any home.
Yeah.
I feel like. So we're talking kind of general things
Yeah.
outside. I would say good fences, gates, and locks.
Yes. Good perimeter fences. That is a must.
Yes,
Gates are a must.
yes.
Um,
I like more gates because to me, I like options. You
Yeah.
know, especially with the cows, because like we have gates between all of our fields, and
Right.
that's good. But then some fields have more than one gate, and that gives me an out. So
Yes.
like somebody can distract the cows over on this end of the field, and I can go in at this gate, and they see me coming, so they come running. I can go out the other gate, kind of thing.
Yeah.
So it's not always necessary, but I like having the option.
having the option, yeah. We do the same thing in ours with our back gate and our front gate. It's
Yeah.
like, well, if I drive over to the back gate with some hay, they're all going to come that way, and
Yeah.
then we can get in the front gate and do what we need to do
Right.
without everybody up in our business.
Right.
So
Right. Exactly.
fencing and gates are invaluable.
Yes. Yes. And locks.
Yes.
Locks. I don't mean like to lock people out, but I mean like chains that close the gate sufficiently.
Yeah.
Like chain the gate.
Yeah.
You know, I have a couple of cows who can open gates. They try the gates, and if they're not chained, they will be out. I mean, they're not going anywhere, but
Right. They just want to get to the grass is greener.
right. Like I
You
don't
know.
need them eating my ornamentals at the house either.
Right.
So, or my mulberries or something like that, because that's what they do. But yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
And so while we're talking about fencing, for us, our portable electric fence has been essential. It is so easy to work with. It makes it easy to move the animals.
Yeah.
Even our cows like really respect that portable electric fence. And it's like super short. Like Hershey could
Oh, yeah.
probably just step over
Right.
it if she wanted to.
Yeah. They
But
say cows are like the easiest thing to train to it. They don't forget it.
yep.
So
Yep. So the portable electric fence has been a game changer for us.
yeah.
And really just electric fence in general, I guess, has been a game changer. Because you can section off a paddock where you want it and it doesn't have to stay forever. You don't have to put up a permanent fence.
Right.
So
Yeah, that is nice.
for us, it works.
That's cool. We don't use any electric fence right now. We will.
Yeah.
But we don't. Actually, the first thing I'm going to do is run some electric across the back of my garden to keep the cows out of my blackberries. So that needs to happen, and that's going to be like permanent electric wire. It's not going to be that portable tape.
Right.
So
Yeah, like the steel, high tensile wire.
insulators on the top of the post.
Yep.
Yep. That's what I'm going for. Yeah, and it'll take them one time.
Yeah.
Each.
Really?
And that's all it takes.
Yeah, that's usually all it takes. They do respect it.
Yeah.
Even our bull is very respectful of the electric fence. And I mean, we have 2 strands where the bull is kept, and I probably could even bring it down to 1 and it would be fine.
Yeah, a lot of people use one.
Yeah.
Once they're used to it.
Yeah.
So that's pretty cool.
Yep.
I like it.
So while we're on the animal subject,
Yeah.
for me, I love feed scoops.
Feed scoop.
Yes, like I cannot have enough feed scoops.
I agree with that.
Because
yeah.
it's just nice to have them sitting around. Like you might not use them all the time, but
Well, I leave them.
I leave
Around.
them around.
So I need more. Yeah.
Yeah, you leave them around, and then anytime you go out to your feed barrels, there's inevitably going to be a feed scoop there because we have 20 of them.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then anything we can use as a feed scoop.
Right. I like, so like the dollar store, or the $1.25 store or whatever, they have those little plastic, it's like a plastic shovel almost, but it's a little scoop. It's like in their kitchenware maybe for flour or bulk grains or something. I don't know. But I like to use those, especially for like where I soak my chicken feed for the meat birds.
Yeah.
I can scoop that out of the bucket
Yeah.
with that. That works well. And I use it for a couple things outside in the feed. It's good stuff.
Yeah.
Yep.
And feed barrels.
Feed barrels.
You got to have dry storage for your feed.
Right.
Because
a lot of people around use old freezers for that.
Yeah.
That's another good old dead freezer option.
Yeah. Boy, they're really useful.
They really
aren't
are.
they?
We should be on the collection. Yeah. You definitely have to have a place to keep your feed dry.
Yeah, because, if you have animals, it's always going to be better to buy your feed in bulk. So you got to find a way to keep that feed dry and just keep the chickens out of it. Like, yeah, I could probably put my feed in my greenhouse.
Or rats.
And it
Rats
would,
out of
right,
it.
it would stay dry, but the chickens are going to peck at it, or a rat might get in it, or,
Yeah.
So the good barrels with the really good lids, essential.
Yeah, I like them. They go in my feed shed, but they also, like, if you get a good one with a screw top lid, you use some of those.
Yeah.
Those are fine outside.
Those are my favorite. That's what I have my swamp water in.
I think I'm gonna get one. We have a bunch of barrels that are like they're closed up. They don't have a lid that comes off, and so I actually asked Eric just this morning about it. I was like, "Hey, can we just cut the tops off of that and somehow figure out a way to secure them back on?" He was like, "Can we just buy a new barrel?"
Right.
He said the feed store has them like $15. Can you just buy one?
Right.
But I'm on a budget. So yeah.
Not that much.
Yeah. Opposite of feed, or maybe, I don't know, similarly to feed, water troughs
Yes.
and floats.
Float valves are essential.
What about your chickens? Do you have them on floats?
No.
No, me neither. And I used to, and it's better.
Yeah.
But the ones I'm tractoring, like, I don't have a way to run water through a tractor. So, like, I'm always going to have to bring that out.
Yeah, no. I mean, I put water out for my meat chickens, but my free range chickens, I don't put water out for them.
They just find it.
They just go find it. I mean, they'll go to the cow trough and drink out of it, or, I mean, they find water. So
Right.
I don't even worry about watering the free range chickens. The meat chickens, that's just in a water container, because like you said, they're tractored, you got to move it.
Right.
So,
Right.
but I mean, as far as like
But the cows.
the cows,
Mhm,
the pigs,
yeah.
float valve all the way.
All the way. Amen
Yeah.
to that.
Which means you got to get irrigation somewhere in the vicinity, because hauling water, it takes so much time.
Yeah, we've done that.
You spill. Yeah, I mean, I was hauling water in the beginning, and yeah, we were making do, but dang, that takes a lot of time. You got to have a four-wheeler or a side-by-side to
Something,
do it. You got to have something to do it.
Right.
So if you don't have that, you're not really hauling water unless you're doing it in a truck.
Right.
So
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, you can do it without, but hauling water is ridiculous.
Yeah, the way our property is set up, our fields go around our house. So our house is in the middle, and we have been able to run water. I mean, some of it was already established when we got there. Some of it we've had to run, but we've been able to run water off of the house at least to get to every field, so that every field has a trough, every field keeps afloat.
Yes.
And I'm not hauling cow water.
Yeah. No, I mean, for us, it was totally worth. One time we rented just a trencher from Home Depot. I don't even remember how much it cost. It wasn't that much.
Right.
But we rented it just for the day.
Right.
It wasn't even the whole day. You can get it done
Like
in
half a day.
Right.
Yeah.
Half a day rental. Dig your trench, lay the water line, and be done with it.
Yeah. Yeah. Totally worth it for sure.
Yeah. The second time we had to do that, our neighbor came and did it with his tractor, so that time was free.
That is nice.
So that was nice.
It's good to know people.
Good neighbors with good tractors. That's amazing.
That is amazing.
Not essential, but amazing.
So we're still on
Oh,
animals.
Okay, kind of
Okay.
related to the float valve.
Yeah.
Hose repair kits.
Yes. And I keep, once a year, I buy a whole pack of those little O-ring gaskets
Yes.
that you need at the sprayer. Mm-hmm. Yeah, because they go bad.
I have 2 O-rings that are
That are
bad right now.
Yeah, I get a whole pack when I find them. I buy a whole pack, and everybody knows Mama has them somewhere, so they don't run off with them and leave them.
Yeah.
And about once a year.
Yeah, I really feel like once a year you have to kind of go around and you got to fix all of your hoses. You know, because that's the thing about float valves. If you do it on a cheap hose, you're going to have pressure cracks in them or pressure holes in them, and they'll be squirting off. And so
the repair kit is necessary for sure. With
Yeah.
the clamps and all the
Yeah.
right little pieces.
Yep, which only lasts so long
Right.
on the float valve.
Right.
You can't turn your pressure all the way up. Like, you only got to turn your valve just a hair. If you have it all the way up, it's just too much.
We use it's like black rubber hose, like black tubing hose on our. We haven't had any trouble on our floats at all. That
Knock on wood.
knock on wood, yeah. Yeah. Now hoses, like we can't keep a water hose without holes in it.
Oh my
Forget it.
goodness.
I don't know
Yes.
what the problem is. I think because we run them over.
Yeah, I think every single hose we have has something wrong with it, and we've got a lot of hoses
It's so
around
annoying.
here.
That's exactly how we are. It's so annoying. But yes.
So this is related to hoses. Moving into the garden, because I've got a combination of things in my garden. I've got in-ground rows, I've got some raised beds, but an essential for in-ground rows are little stakes at the end of each row as a
Yes.
hose guide.
I need to do that.
So you don't drag your hose across all your little seedlings that you've been babying for weeks.
Yes.
And you just end up demolishing them. So yeah, little stakes at the end of each row.
Now I've seen where people do that, and then what I want to do is to like put the little piece of rebar in the end, and then put a piece of PVC on the
PVC
outside
over
so
it.
rolls the hose along.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Essential.
Essential. Yeah.
Essential. You
I
know,
agree.
it's the simple things like that that like make it so much easier.
Yeah.
I mean, if you didn't have the hose guides at the end of all of my garden rows, it would just be ridiculous.
Yeah, my watering is a little ridiculous right now without it.
You know?
And I've been asking for some extra pieces, please. I'm just gonna have to do it myself and farm like a girl. I am.
So what are some other garden essentials?
Garden things, so mulch.
Mulch.
Yeah, mulch for sure. We already talked about compost, seed starting stuff.
Yeah,
So-
absolutely.
Yeah, so I mean, I don't start seeds in straight compost. I've done a number of things, and I'm just like, you know what? I'm buying the seed starting mix
Yeah.
for the most part. That's not my favorite thing to do, but if I'm just starting a few things, that's what I'll do.
Yeah.
If I'm starting big, like a couple months ago, I did a big start. I'll get my favorite potting soil and some peat moss, and I'll mix it 50-50 with a little bit of blood meal, and that works really well.
Nice.
So, but
Yeah.
having pots or solo cups or something to start your seeds in.
Yeah, you got to have something. I need to up my seed starting game, I guess, because like at least 2 or 3 times now, I got these really cool pepper seeds from a. They're in Central Florida. The name of their company is Seed the Stars, and they do pretty much just all native Florida things. So they've got some really cool Florida seeds, and so they've got a little Etsy shop that you can buy from, and they're on Instagram and whatnot. So I've bought a few seeds from them, and one of the seeds that they sell, it's called the Florida Wild Grove pepper, and it used to grow wild, you know, in the orange groves, like down in South Florida. And I, was reading all about
heard of it.
I know, I had never heard of it either. And I'm like, I need this
need this,
pepper. I
yeah.
need this in my life. And so I bought some seeds.
Is it hot?
And I think that they're like the shishitos, where every now and again you get one that has some spice to it, but they're
Okay.
not all spicy. So the Florida Wild Grove pepper. And so I think I've tried to start them at least 2 times, maybe even 3 times, and got zero germination. But all the other seeds that I get from this company are amazing. They come right up. It's where I got my roselle from,
Right.
and my spinach that I was doing in the spring. I got them from the same girl, and
Peppers can be difficult.
so yeah, they are difficult. So I messaged her and was like, "Hey, I'm having trouble with these seeds. I know it's not the seeds. Y'all have good germination. Like it's
Right.
got to be something that I'm doing." And so
Right.
she's like, "Well, what are you doing?" And I'm like, "Well, I plant them in chicken coop dirt." And she's like,
No, ma'am.
"Oh." And so she gives me like their protocol on how her boyfriend starts these seeds, and I'm like reading like his protocol for starting these seeds, and I'm like,
Oh my gosh.
I'm totally doing it wrong.
Well, live and learn. So do you use a heat mat ever?
Sometimes, yeah.
Okay, because I usually do a heat mat with my peppers.
Yeah.
So that might help, but that's funny. I do use chicken coop dirt.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it's true, but
Yeah.
it hasn't worked. So
No, it
time
hasn't.
to step it up.
Trying to step it up. Yeah. I just responded. I was like, wow, y'all's method is really different from mine.
I'm just a country girl in the backyard with my chickens. That's funny.
So yeah, seed starting stuff. That's essential.
Yeah, that's one of my
Yeah.
things. And then I have my bucket of tools, which is
Yeah.
like, it has stuff that I might hardly ever use.
Right?
And then it has
Broken tools?
Yeah, broken tools. It has stuff that I use all the time, like my spade. I do a lot with my hand spade.
Mm-hmm.
I keep a knife in there. I keep string in there. I keep all this. I don't usually have pockets, so it's nice to just have all of that.
Yeah, your
there,
bucket of
have
stuff.
my bucket. As long as I don't leave the bucket in the garden, then it's all together.
Yeah.
And taken care of. So
Yeah. My essential garden tools would be a good pair of pruners, a scuffle hoe, essential. You can weed a garden way faster with a scuffle hoe as long as you stay on top of it.
right.
If you let them get too rooted, you got to pull them by hand.
Yeah.
But like for little weeds, and I like it because it's small enough where you can get in between plants.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
so for me, that's essential. And my pitchfork,
Pitchfork. Yeah.
because I use it as a broad fork.
I use it for everything.
I use it, yeah.
It's like I use it as a rake.
I do too.
Yeah.
I love my pitchfork. That's what I use to flip my compost.
Yeah.
Like essential.
Moving mulch, all kinds of stuff.
Yep. Essential. Trellising material.
Oh yeah, that's a good one.
Solid trellising material. Like for real trellising that won't fall over. Like I feel like when I first started, I would try to build like these trellises and they would only hold for so long before they're
Yeah.
too janky and they fall over. And
Plants are heavier than we give them credit for.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. So a good cattle panel trellis.
that's my favorite. I pretty much use those for everything.
Yeah. I mean, because they're sturdy. Once they're up, they're up. You know, they're worth the money.
And I've got some that are cut to shorter size, or we've got them cut and then make like teepees out of them for stuff to climb, and some that are arches and some that are straight across. So they're pretty versatile too.
Yeah.
You can use them to build a pretty decent tomato cage if you choose. I prefer to just make a wall of cattle panel and
Yes.
grow the line of tomatoes.
That works really well.
Yeah.
I was too lazy with my tomatoes this year. I went back to the old school tomato cage, which I
Oh.
haven't used in a long time.
Yeah.
Because they're not tall enough.
I don't ever have good luck with them.
No, they're not tall enough. So what I like to do when my tomatoes get too close to the top of the tomato cage is you take a second tomato cage and turn it upside down and then just zip tie the tops together.
Zip ties.
Yeah, zip ties.
an
Oh my
essential.
gosh, I didn't even have that on my list. How did I forget the zip
I
tie?
didn't either, but those are in my bucket. So
Yeah, I do have. I've got zip ties in my
and
garden
my feed
bucket
shed, and my milk barn.
everywhere.
Yeah.
In my truck, they're everywhere.
Yeah.
Zip ties.
Zip ties, duct tape, and D clamps or clips.
I don't have any duct tape.
No? Oh man, I use duct tape and all kinds of stuff. I do. My feed scoop, I have 2 feed scoops that got chewed on by a dog, the handle. Got chewed on both of them in the same spot. And so there's a hole in the bottom of the handle. So when I scoop the feed, it falls through the handle.
Through the handle.
It makes a mess. It attracts the rats and the bugs. So duct tape that baby up, and good to go.
You duct taped a boot one time too.
I did. It actually came up in my memories this week. Yeah, I did. Because I did not want to buy new boots.
Well,
Yeah.
that works then.
It worked. It got me by for a little while longer. Other like weird little things like that. Actually, back to the animals. I keep old towels, iodine, chlorhexidine, syringes, needles, meds, milking supplies.
Yeah.
Like all of that stuff is essential for cows. And then minerals on the feed and water topic. Minerals, yes. Those would be an essential for us.
Yeah. And, I just think in general, like enough land and resources to keep the animals that you want to keep.
Right.
Like I just think it's really smart not to overstock. I mean, we've been in a situation where we've had too many cows and it makes the feed bill ridiculous. And it's really nice to just kind of lighten the load and stock it almost correctly.
Or too many pigs, or
Right. I mean,
we've been in the exact situation.
It's tough to manage like that. So, if we can just be, very disciplined and not buy more
cute
cows.
baby animals. yeah. On that same note, like those mamas are having babies, and we can't keep all the babies, and so we're having to make decisions on which ones we want to keep and which ones we want to sell, and when to sell them. Like when is it appropriate for them? When is it appropriate for the mama? When is it right for our wallet? Like all of those things play a part in making those decisions. So
Yeah.
that goes with the list. The plan.
Absolutely.
the plan list.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Another thing that isn't, I guess, absolutely necessary, it's not absolutely essential, but it sure does help, is butchering knowledge.
Yeah. So whether you learn that through mentors and elders or books or YouTube, practice it.
Yes.
Because the experience is where you're really going to learn it.
Yeah, it takes a lot of practice.
Yeah, it does.
It does take a lot of practice.
Yeah.
So, like I said, not essential, but, it is really nice to be able to, butcher a pig if you need to butcher the pig or chickens or...
Yeah, we're not butchering a cow, but we hope to be able to.
Yeah.
We're just not set up for it at the time, but I feel like we're not far from it.
Tori's convinced that we're going to do it one day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're going to do it.
I mean, we've done everything but a cow.
Right.
We've done the sheep and deer, of course, and pigs and chicken and multiple chickens.
Right.
So, I mean, I guess the cow's kind of in line next, but
yeah.
I mean, that's huge.
It is. That's the thing. It's huge.
It's huge.
Yeah.
Which was kind of our thought too on having the miniature cows. A little bit smaller, a little bit easier to manage.
Right.
So we'll see.
Yeah, we'll get there. A step at a time.
That's right. But we don't really have the essential tools.
Well, that's the thing. We're not there.
We're not there yet.
Yeah, we're not there.
Wouldn't it be so nice to have like one of those sliding saws?
Oh my gosh, yes, that would be
cut your steaks.
That would be amazing. No, we're not there. We have some nice equipment for butchering, but that's not it. I do have one last essential for the animals, and that's a good vet.
Yes. Oh my goodness, that is so important. To do a house call, do a well check to get established with a vet.
Yeah.
Just in case there's an emergency.
Right, because if you're not established, you're not going to be their priority when you do have an emergency. If you're not willing to have them out just to say, hey, nice to meet you, this is my place, take a look at what we have.
Right.
Or something as simple as like a health certificate to sell an animal or take one across state lines or something like that. Then
that's why we had the vet come out. So we kind of coupled it with, hey, nice to meet you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Something as simple as that will go really far when you need them.
Yes, because truth be told, you know, emergencies are not really emergencies. They happen.
Right.
I mean,
It's going to happen.
It's going to happen. I mean, if you have animals, or not even with animals, just with life in general, like, just plan for it.
Right.
Have an emergency fund. You know, have a plan, because it's going to happen.
Right.
You just don't know when it's going to happen. So
Yeah, so have a good vet on call. Yep. And a backup.
I don't have a backup. You're my backup.
No, I'm not a vet. No. I mean, well, learn some skills. I mean,
Yeah.
there are some skills that we have been able to collect over the years. And, you know, the more we see needs come up that we're not able to have somebody's help with, we learn it, we do it, we practice it. And, you know, we're able to do some minor fixes with some stitches and things like that. We can pull blood for some testing, health testing and pregnancy checks and that kind of thing. But I mean, I'm not doing a C-section on a cow though.
No.
You know, I mean, if I have a traumatic something that a vet needs to do a C-section to save one or the other, hopefully both, the calf and the mama, then I'm not doing it. I'd like to have a vet do that.
Yeah, that would be wild.
Yeah, that would be crazy. We've actually prepped ourselves in the event that we have to shoot a mama and how long it takes to get that calf out. It's like 30 seconds.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, we don't ever want to have to do that.
Yeah.
But if it happens,
Right.
we need to be ready.
You know, I mean, sometimes it's beneficial to play through those scenarios in your head.
Yeah. What if?
What if? You know?
Yeah.
What if? That's important. It's a good question.
And then having those meds on hand for when you need them. And so having that vet nearby and who can sell you meds, or calling a prescription to one of the vet prescription companies that they can send it to, you know, it's nice to have those people on hand.
Yep.
On your team.
Absolutely. Essential.
Yeah. Yep. So we talked about butchering.
Yes.
And that is a learned skill.
Yes.
And if you have never done that and would like to do that, we have a chicken butcher workshop coming up.
Yes, we do. It is right around the corner.
Yep.
November the 12th at 10 a.m. at my farm, the Farmstead. So yeah, we've got a lot of chickens to butcher. Like, I don't know, maybe 75 or so, something like that. So it'll be a busy weekend. So we're going to have some folks coming out to learn that skill, because that's an important skill to know. So
it is.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we'll be back next week.
All right. See y'all later.
Bye.
Bye.
Okay, so we're done. It's a wrap. But Jenny said, wait, I forgot something. So what's your something essential?
Yes. Our absolute essential is a husband to deal with our ridiculous projects that we want.
Yeah, we said an understanding husband.
Yes, with tools.
Yes, and know-how.
Yes, so the husband, he's essential.
Thanks, honey.